Good morning, guys. Just got home from a graveyard shift about, what is it, 11? Like 3 hours ago, took a little nap. And I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna take you guys to the pool. And then the dog sleep for a little while. It actually came out to be a nice day. It was supposed to rain all day today, but the forecast actually cleared up. I don't think there's anybody at the pool, so let's walk on down. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Check if I got any mail. Nope, nobody loves me. I bring the dogs down to the park sometimes. They just love coming down here. Sometimes they break out and I can't find them. They break out of the backyard gate, and more often than not, they're right over here. They like going and walking the little dirt trail. And there appears to be nobody here. These they just installed this past coming month. They put security lights on them. Pretty decent pool. 4 feet deep in the middle, 4.5 feet deep actually. You got your restrooms here. Then you got the other arbor deck. This is just for relaxing. I mean, it doesn't really provide much shade. If you want the shade, oh, somebody left their towel. Oh, and their goggles. Oh, rude. This is for more shade. This is like a gazebo tent. However, a pool house isn't complete without a jacuzzi. There's a jacuzzi right there. It's a little too hot to go in there, but we'll maybe we might cool down first and then take a dip. So let's see. I'm gonna stay right here in the shade area. So I had a pretty slow day yesterday at the hospital. Wasn't really hectic as usual. I was going to ask for a possible time change from 11 to 7 to possibly, a regular 9 to 5. But those are the most booked or the most taken position hours. So we're gonna hopefully I'm gonna be able to talk to my superior and get a time change. Let's go. Sorry. All right. Hold on. Just a second. Take off my shirt. First dip of the day. Oh shit. Whew. Damn it, Never just dip your feet in. You gotta just jump right in. But oh man, it's not ice cube cold, but you know, like when the ice settles and it melts, it's chill. Oh, shit. I'm like tippy toeing my whole way here. Right here's fine. Right here is just fine. Right here's just fine. Okay. Whew. Bad hair day. This is why I wear hats. I have naturally curly hair, which doesn't let me style it at all. It's like my baby curls, you know. I hate them. I wish I had straight hair. I really do. If I had one wish, was to have straight hair. So, man, I forgot my sunglasses. So if I'm looking a little Chinese-eyed, I promise I didn't puff pass. Okay. Which I don't have a problem with if you do it. That's probably one of the safest remedies to use versus any other narcotics, especially pills. I mean, and you go to these AA meetings and these NA meetings, and people say, "Well, you got a problem, like a dependency problem," and that's the thing. I don't think marijuana or marijuana is a habit forming. I think a lot of people got misconceptions about it. They say, "Oh, what makes you lazy?" Well, to me, I think that if you're already a lazy person, the marijuana is just only gonna worsen your being lazy. It's always gonna add to it. But if you're an active person and you smoke, I don't think it affects you as much. And back to my case in point about the NAs and AA meetings, they say all these negative things about, like, what's the negatives, but they don't ever say the positives. You know, they don't say that it's being used for cancer patients. They don't say that it's being used for people with epilepsy and seizures. They don't say that it's used as an appetite stimulation for people that can't eat. They don't tell you that that's, you know, that's medicinal. You know, that there are pros to it, but they only focus on the negative. And that's understandable. You're trying to kick a habit, so they're not going to tell you, "Oh, this does wonders. This does this does that." Of course not. But, you know, I don't see it as a problem. I have friends that do it all the time. I have successful people that do it all the time. Majority of the people at the hospital have their own little guilty pleasures. I mean, who doesn't? You know, I mean, everybody does stuff in the closet that they're not proud of, right? They're called closet smokers or closet users. There's a statistic that says 3 out of 5 people are either high or drunk on the job. I don't know how accurate that statistic is, but it's pretty interesting to know that the person that you work with next to you might be under the influence of some kind of drug. Which is, you know, there's fully functional alcoholics, there's fully functional drug addicts. And I don't like to call them drug addicts. I hate the word addict. I really do. I more than likely like to refer to as mental illness, or you know, they're sick. They don't need to go. They don't need to be put in jail. And with other real criminals, they need to be put in either a hospital or get some counseling or a rehab. I mean, that's honest to God the truth. Prison reform really needs to get in gear as far as how they try to fix these so-called repeat drug offenders. And the prices are hefty. I had a buddy of mine that was on his third offense, or his second offense, and he was caught with a blunt, you know, marijuana cigar. They cut the cigar out and put the Maui Wowie in it. He was caught with one of those or 2 of those, and he got 10 years. My man's still locked right now. I'll put money on his books I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't visited them in a while. I've been pretty busy, especially with my hours. I get home and I crash. You know, I've been eating at night. You know, because I work 11 to 7. You know, so I eat at bad times of the day, and that's really bad for me. I used to be over 200 pounds, so I'm struggling with my weight loss. I'm not at my ideal weight. You know, like how doctors tell you, oh, you need to be at an ideal weight. You're 6 foot. You need to be at 160 pounds. It's like I'm 40 pounds overweight. This is crazy. Like, but I consider myself healthy. Like I'm active. I don't drink enough water, but because I just hate water. Like I have to infuse it. You know what I do? Cut some strawberries up. It's kind of girly, but I cut some strawberries up, cut some oranges up, and then I get my my jug or whatever, my what's it called, my Yeti, and I just drop the slices in it, and then I put the water and I let it sit overnight, and in the morning I got like this fruity tropical water drink, which I'm getting the same out of it, except it's a bit more fruity and it has a little bit of vitamins in it, and it's got some good add-ins. So you gotta make it fun. I wasn't ever a real big water drinker, ever. Still not. The only time I really like water is when I just got done working out. When I just got done running, or because I'm thirsty, and if I try to drink a soda, woo-wee, I just gulp that up and I want more. Like it makes me more thirsty. Like it's crazy. The only thing that I like water is for working out. Other than that, I hardly ever drink it. But back to my case in point. If you're a herbal remedy user, hey, that's cool, man. I might even join you a couple of times. But I'm not gonna go back to being a heavy user. I used to be a real heavy user, and it really took a toll on my body. I would get the munchies and go run through the refrigerator, which was fun because it makes food taste so much better, to me personally. But you can counteract that with an argument saying that your taste buds get fried after you smoke so much, which I think might be true, and you don't really have that taste bud feeling when it first hits your palate. You know what I mean? But like I said, that's up for debate. This is just pool time with Mark. You guys already had jacuzzi time with Mark, so let's go in a little deeper. Shit, I'm not bullshitting right now. I'm not bullshitting. Sounds like a fart box. I hate when people do their cars like that. Fuck. I can't go all the way in because I'm trying to keep my phone afloat. So let's just go back. Let's go back to where we were. Okay. So, plan to do a couple laps, and I gotta take my fur babies to go get washed and cleaned. With bulldogs, they have to get their anal glands waxed. I know it's a little TMI, but that's something I didn't know. I was like, this is a Kardashian, a normal Kardashian right here, going to get her anal glands bleached. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get in this water all the way. And I have to go do a little bit of shopping. I need some milk. I need some because the milk went bad when I was out of town for those 3 days. I don't know if it's totally bad, but you can't be too careful. I hardly ever drink milk. I don't eat cereal because when I was eating cereal, I would just my belly just inflated, and that's just from the dairy. I'm not lactose intolerant or anything. I just noticed that it really affected my stomach. And then the only time I would eat cereal right before I went to bed, I would scarf, and I would get the healthy cereal. I would get the Chex, I would get the Raisin Bran, I would get the Honey Bunch of Oats, all those General Mills healthier cereals, and I felt like it still affected me. So I cut that out. I cut the Cokes out. I cut out smoking, at least for a little while, to try to cleanse. I guess I could say I'm on a cleanse, but I'm still eating bad. Like, I'm not a vegan. I don't advocate for being a vegan. If you're a vegan, hey, hats off to you. You're way more stronger than I am. Believe it or not, I've never eaten a salad, and that would probably contribute to why I was overweight. But I never really got salads. Like, it never filled me up. Like when I used to go to like a restaurant with my girl back in the day, she would always get a salad, and I would just be eating bread, and like Outback Steakhouse bread. Oh, you want to talk about my kryptonite? Like, I would go to, like, shit you not, I would go to like 2 or 3. I don't know, like two of those breads, and I would, the butter. I don't even know if it's butter or not, but if it's not, I can't believe it's not butter. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, no way. One time I actually went back there and asked to do it. I was like, yo, where do I get this bread at? Like, I need to know. I went to Olive Garden. I found out where they got their breadsticks. I found them at Costco, but they didn't have the butter. They didn't have the garlic on it, so it's not gonna be the same. But I did find them, and tried to make my own with chicken parmesan. It came out good. It's just, it's not Olive Garden. I'm not saying Olive Garden is the best Italian restaurant, but compared to my home cooking, yeah, you better get you some fast food on the way home, baby. No, I'm fine. I do get it in the kitchen, so that's probably my next video. Was gonna be either cooking with Mark, or let's do a cooking with Mark. Let's show you. I'm gonna show you my famous spaghetti with meatballs, and it's all organic. I use like a spicy sausage. Sometimes I'll use a spicy Italian sausage, and I'll chop it up, and then I'll let it marinate in the sauce for a couple of minutes, for like a half an hour, and then boil the pasta and whatnot. It's really simple. Of course, I go by cookbooks and recipe menus and stuff like that, tips online. So it don't get a lot of people don't cook for themselves, which they should. It really makes you. It gives you like not a purpose in life, but it makes you feel good. And after you eat it, you feel even better because you made it. So anyway, I was gonna do either cooking with Mark. Maybe we can get that going. Somebody walking by there. Howdy, neighbor. Howdy. I think I'm like the only Spanish guy in the neighborhood. I feels like this is a predominantly white area. So, but I'm fairly white skinned, so I'll try to blend in a little bit. Oh, back to my point. Let me know if you want me to do a cooking with Mark, or do you want to do ghost hunting with Mark? I want to go ghost hunting. What do I need to go ghost hunting? Look, I know I've seen those shows, like the paranormal shows where they use the EVP boxes for paranormal. I think they're like $100 on Amazon. I think I might get one of those, and go out with a flashlight and a Polaroid camera and try to catch some orbs. But I don't know. You guys tell me if that's disrespectful to go to a graveyard. I kind of do feel like I might be treading on thin water if I go and actually do that. Just out of respect for the people that are resting. I don't want to do anything that's going to offend people. Or how about... There's another guy walking by. Hey, it's a colored man. Right on, brother. How about Ghost stories with Mark. Huh? I got a couple of spooky stories that I think I might be able to keep you up in the middle of the night with. One in particular is called the Killer Hitchhiker. I actually used to tell this story back when I used to go to camp. Yes, I did go to camp. You know, I did have a childhood. I would tell this story around the campfire, and shit you not, a couple of dudes didn't go to sleep that night. And if you don't believe me, tune in. Maybe we'll do ghost stories with Mark. So just leave a comment down low, on the down low, and let me know what you think about this show. Did that rhyme? Let's go. I do freestyle, but I don't practice. But maybe I'll put a video up of me freestyling to a beat one day. I need a beat. Somebody give me a beat. Alright, it's a little hotter, so I'm gonna go a little deeper. This is fine. This is cool. Don't worry, I got you. I won't let go. What did Rose say? What did Rose say in Titanic? Not let go, Jack. Poor Jack. That movie's so sad, dude. It's a good movie, but I can never watch it towards the end. I'm a big movie buff. You know, I'm a big 90s, 80s movie buff. I think movies were better back in the day, me personally. There was more, you know, not to say that I'm, you know, advocating sex, but there was less, you know, there was less political correctness. There was more, you know, PG-13 movies were showing nudity and stuff. You were, you know, I feel like that was a better way to be. But now everything is all politically correct now, and everything has to be censored, and how dare you, and I don't know. You know, like, it's with everything. You know, like back in the day, the whole safety thing, they blow that out of proportion about seatbelts, which you should always buckle in your kids, always. But we noticed the school buses never had seatbelts, and you just had to grab on to that thing in front of you, and that thing. If you slipped, you're out of there. And you know, us as kids, we hardly ever had our seatbelts on. No, I didn't. I was always in the middle console because we were trying to fit everybody in the car. You know, old school shit. And maybe I'll just raise old school. Maybe that's why. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some laps in. So, yeah, let me know, you know, for sure this Memorial Day weekend I'm going to Fossil Rim, and I'm gonna show some animals. They're gonna come up to the car. I'm gonna feed them. So look out for that video. I'm debating on going live with that one, so you guys can chat and ask questions, because that's what I like. I like answering people's questions. I like listening. I like giving advice, which goes back to one of my goals was to be a counselor. You know, but you know, I really would have to go get another degree for applied science or possibly psychology. Being a med school student, a graduating med school student, I feel like I did the right thing. I accomplished something, but I don't know. I just don't know if nursing is my calling. You know what I mean? I never aspired to be a doctor. Wanted to be a lawyer for a while. Studied up on quite a bit of law, mainly immigration. You know, you deal with a lot of Spanish-speaking potential clients, and people are seeking asylum, people that are fleeing their country from persecution, and they need help, and they are entitled to it by the Constitution. It's easier said than done. There's all these stipulations and all these things along the way that you have to meet. So, yeah. Really possibly thinking about a career change. Not too sure though, but because right now I'm making decent money. You know, I'm able to have my own house, pay for my own things. I do get some help from my parents every now and then, you know. People don't like to admit it, but I do. Not as much as you think, but because I really don't like to ask for things. I don't even like to ask for help, to be honest. I don't know what's actually why, but well, guys, I feel like I've spoken too much, but just wanted to take you guys out with me to the water. And I didn't put any sunscreen, but it's not overwhelmingly hot, so I'm gonna get burnt. So this concludes this video, and again, just a reminder, if you want me to do a cooking with Mark, or tonight you want to do a ghost stories with Mark, I'm gonna need a little bit of time to get the equipment to do the ghost hunting for sure. But let me know your feedback as far as going to the graveyards and actually ghost hunting. Do you feel that that's a little much? Should we respect the resting? Or because I don't really know any haunted places around here. There used to be a haunted house actually a couple blocks down. You know, actually the fun fact, the Darley Routier house is actually, see, we're on 66. Darley Routier lived on Eagle Drive, so that's gonna be, you're gonna go down Dow Rock and you're gonna make a right on Linda Vista. So it's not even a mile from my house. I've been to the house. I've been to the infamous alley, the sock drop alley, and it's pretty haunting if you go at night. You know, you really get this feeling, just creepy, eerie feeling. But you know, I can't go in there. Somebody's living there. But I'll try to look up some nearby locations near here to try to go and do some paranormal investigating. Some guy mentioned that when you go, to make sure you're having that EVP box, because you're supposed to pick up some frequencies that you can't really hear on the radio. So I think that's what it meant. It's just switching from AM FM constantly. That's what I hear in the reviews, and people are complaining, saying it's not working. And then you get some good comments saying that it does work. So I think it might be worth the investment of $100 just for the sake of YouTube, and trying to build up some content on my channel. So, all right, guys, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and set the phone down over here. I'm gonna get back in the pool. Oh, the mail's here. Alrighty, guys. So I'll see you guys later, and make sure to comment on what you want to see next. Bye.